Okay. Let's see if the stream is working. Yup. Okay, we're here. Awesome. Oh, we're starting in 10 minutes. 10 seconds. Qualifying starting in 10 seconds. Ready for one-shot qualifying to set up the grid for the sprint race on the reverse track. Just take a look here. Blauwe Frank. Already going white and going invalid. Let's take a look at the top now. Lars. So today we'll have a sprint race on the reverse track and we'll have a main race on the normal track. So in between those two races we'll get back to the lobby. The results of the sprint race will set up the grid for the main race. Lars has gotten pole position. I wasn't looking there. Oof, only one person with track limits, it's Spidey. Spidey isn't here today. He's decided to race, which should be exciting. Okay, let's go do the sprint race. Let's see who's mastered the reverse track the best over the past few minutes, hours, whatever. We've got Lars on pole, not lining up on second. We do have a formation lap, and that is, who is that? The Red Racing Bull. That is Razorblade overtaking under the formation lap. Oh, that's gonna be a time penalty for Razorblade. Overtaking on the formation lap is not allowed. Very curious to see what Spidey can do from 10th position. Again, very low attendance today. A lot of people couldn't make the race today. Like 9 people notified me that they couldn't make today's race because of one reason or another. So it's not even inactivity. The drivers are active, they just can't race. Oh, and we have on the formation lap Razorblade doing a Lance Stroll there. Let's go see them do this formation lap sprint race. Thank you for being in the comments, Tenta. I have someone to sort of talk to during this Loans and commentator session today. Last week I had Spidey with me. Next week I should have Lowens with me. Or so he said. What's going on here? Is that going slowly? We have both Ferraris today. Unlike last week when we had neither. We have Frank and Nak. Nak lining up second. And our race winner of last week, Fast, lining up in third. Let's see how the sprint race is going to go. There they are. Lining up on the grid. Let's look at the lights. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're out. Let's immediately on board with Fast. No, actually, let's not do that. Let's look at this shot where Fast is taken second place from Nak immediately. I should have checked the... let's have the intervals for now. Changing positions. Spidey's already gained places. And there's a fight going on in the midfield. With the Red Bull of Euphoria going on the inside of Lowens. There was contact there. Giving Frank the opportunity. This shot is not that helpful. It gives a good oversight on this corner. And I think Lowens is... Ooh, a little bit of a snap on the exit there. Gives Frank the opportunity to go around the outside. Fast. Running away from Nak. Nak having not that good of a start to get already almost 2 seconds. With Milo closely behind. All in the train. Very difficult braking zone there. And that caught Euphoria off guard. Managed to keep it out of the barrier though. No damage done. Only position loss. Loss for places. Also something happened to Milo that I must have missed. He's also dropped back 4 positions. Spidey now after 1 lap. Up into 5th place. There's a yellow flag. There is. I should have the track enabled. That's a yellow flag. Is that Milo going slowly? No, that's G-Bot dropping back to last place now. Let's take a look at that lap front. Actually, this camera. It's a nice camera. It doesn't give you much of a view. Still nice to get more of a sense of the speed of these cars. See if Fast can make a move here. If you can get a second win in a row, even though this is just a sprint race, they do count as well. There's a different point system for them though. Where did I put my information sheet? There. There we go. Okay, so for the sprint races, the top 10 will get points as well. Only the points will be different. It will be 10 points for the winner, 9 points for number 2, 8 points for number 3, 7 points for number 4, and so forth. So every position gained is 1 point gained from 10th upwards. Fastest lap also gives you a point. And, of course, pole position gives you a point, so that's 1 point for Lars. There's a yellow flags there for Razor. Is that a damaged front wing? Can we see the front wing? Front wing. No damage to it. Okay, let's go back at the front. Who's that? Is that Fast? Haven't he made a mistake? Out of turn 2. I think he has. Drops him back out of the podium. Behind his teammate, Spidey, who is now chasing down Nak for 2nd place, coming all the way from the back of the grid. Even though the back of the grid in this case is 10th. That is a very good visual of Nak getting a 3-second penalty. The first first person to get a penalty today. I think with not that many laps to go, that's gonna be a tough one, as the next Ferrari also gets a penalty. Oh, I missed the overtake from Spidey on Nuck. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Spidey going into second place there, Nuck having a bit of a snap. That is very, very unfortunate. We see Milo here. Right behind Laurens. In the reverse track, turn 1 is not that good of an overtaking spot, unfortunately. Because it bent slightly to the left, right before the braking zone. Both Ferraris are now chasing down their Alpine opponent. Frank chasing down fast for P4. That's almost a snap there. Those curbs are treacherous. Okay, let's see, that's Razor Blade. Spun out again. Not his track, not his day. But he's still alive and I admire his persistence. Let's take a look here. Nuck is able to stick with Frank here, so. Trying to get into P4 side by side, and he's got it into turn 3. The very fast left-hander. Taking the position over Fast. Fast having dropped back 3 positions now. Since he took that second place from Nuck at the start of the race. We have Laurens following behind in a very, very solid P6. This is a very, very close battle here that could turn out to be interesting. I see Fast going wide. With Milo following very closely behind the Haas. And Euphoria, with his mistake in lap 1, also following very closely behind. Nuck is the first person to pit. I think this should be an easy one-stop. It's going for the hard though. Let's look at what tires everyone is on. I should have checked that during the formation lap. I didn't have the time to do so yet. Let's have this. Actually, let's have this off. Look at the. Where's the tires? Here. Is. Are these the tires? There's the tires. Jeez, I need to get used to this. So Frank did start on the softs. Interesting. I wonder if Nuck also started on the softs. Could I see that? No, I don't think I can see that anywhere. But let's see if he can catch up. Let's go back here. Fast getting a warning. Warning penalty. Those 3 seconds will be very, very annoying. And we'll lose positions. There is a pit stop there from Frank. That's the next Ferrari in the pits. Let's see where he comes out. Is he coming in front of Nuck? Behind Nuck? I think Nuck should be ahead. Nuck zooms by quite easily. Look if there are any battles up close here. This little bunch here behind Fast. Fast seems to be struggling, losing some time to the drivers behind, who have now started to catch up. And it's Milo and Laurens on the attack. They're very close behind Fast now. With the DRS, can he do something here? Looks like Fast had a little bit better exit. And Fast is going into the pits as well. He's the first medium driver to pit. Is he the only one? I think he's the only one now. Pulling into the pits. Let's see, is Nuck gonna come out ahead? Nuck will come out ahead. Gonna be more interesting to see if he comes out ahead of Frank though. The first corner he comes and Frank goes a bit wide, but he is behind Fast. So the undercut did not work there. As Fast comes out ahead of Frank. See here the closest part at the moment. Oh, there's a spin from G-Bot. G-Bot has hit the wall, I think. See, not coming by. That looks like a missing right front wing end plate. A lot of smoke there coming from the tires on the braking. But there is a battle going on right here for potential podium spots for the first sprint race this season out of 2. We only have 2 sprint races this season. Only have decided to do Austria and Great Britain. We have decided. Oh, that's an. Is that G-Bot? That is G-Bot going out of the way for them. As I was saying, we only have 2 sprint races. We decided to not have a sprint race in the Netherlands, in Zandvoort, because the reverse track is just not good for racing. But is that what I think it is? No, that's someone being lapped. That's Razorblade being lapped. The back, Owens under pressure now from Milo. I think he's done an overtake then that I missed, which is very unfortunate because I would have loved to see these 2 battle. They're both going into the pits now. Let's look at the little battle going into the pits. Owens gets a bit more speed into the pits as all 4 of these drivers are pitting at the moment. Spidey is going the longest. Is he going for the late soft? Oh, everyone's going for the soft now. Knock only on the hards. Is coming out ahead of everyone else. Except for Lars. Lars cruising in this race. Oh, is that a spin? Is that a spin from Frank? Frank has spun, hit the barrier with his rear. What's he doing? Getting the car up to speed. But there's a battle going on right here between Euphoria and Milo. Frank has left the session. That is unfortunate. I think he's opted out. He's not enjoying this game anymore, which is very fair. Here we have Euphoria, a lot of overspeed on Milo. Gets ahead in the braking zone. Can I get a better angle? Maybe this. Don't think Milo can get it back unless he has enough overspeed. No, it's not going to make it. But now Lowens is under pressure from Euphoria. With about 6 laps to go, we have Lars leading a race by 5 seconds. Over Nuck, who is on older tires and harder tires. So he should have this in the pocket. I'm staying with these 3 here. Milo following very closely behind. Euphoria is able to stick with him. They should both be getting DRS from Lowens in front. Is Lowens going to be able to... Oh, that's a very good exit from Euphoria there. He's going to go on the inside of Lowens there. And has got the place before he even reaches the corner. But that does mean, I think that Lowens braked very late there. He is getting the DRS here now. But there was contact. Does he have damage? I wouldn't think so. Maybe a little bit, but not enough to have any visual damage to his car. Euphoria has gotten in front of those two drivers and will now try to maybe get to Fast if Fast starts making mistakes. We have right now, I think, something at least equally as interesting. Spidey and Nuck here, battling it out for the two lower podium spots. But take into account that Nuck does have a 3-second time penalty. You see over here. 6 seconds! It's been 6 seconds now. So Spidey does not need to make the overtake, but he might want to make the overtake. Just to earn that second spot. Here he comes, late on the brakes into turn 1. There's slight contact, I believe, between the two of them. But that was a very confident move there from Spidey. Zooming into P2 in front of Nuck on all their hearts. This earlier pit stop, very bold move. Oh, he's almost spun. He's in the gravel, but he manages to catch it and limit the damage done there. Now he needs to look out behind. As Fast, who's also struggling a lot on this track, is still catching up. He's within a second now. He will get DRS. He's going wide. And he's now right behind. Who's gonna get the last podium spot? Nuck is on older tires, that's for sure. They have the same amount of penalties, so this is a battle that they're gonna have to fight out on track. There's the tires. Both on hards as well. Nuck's tires are 2 laps older. Oh, what happened here? Is that Lauwens spun? Lauwens spun in the last corner of the first sector, or in the first corner of the second sector, in front of the Red Bull stand, and with that has lost his 6th position. Oh, and that's Euphoria off. That's Milo gaining 2 positions now within the span of half a lap. Just because of the mistakes of others. That's a very, very nice present for Milo here, going into P5. We have Fast following ever so closely behind Nuck. There's 3 more laps to go. They're sliding all over the place, getting the best out of these hard tires. There's no threat from behind. There's a 7.5 second gap. There's no chance of catching up to front to Spidey. So it's these two to battle it out for that last podium spot. I think for the rest, the standings has been settled. The result has been clear. Fast was looking for the inside there, but decided to stay behind, wait for the DRS on this straight here. Trying to get a good enough exit. Trying to get alongside. Is he gonna get alongside? Here he comes. He's not going on the inside. He's waiting. He's waiting for that last lap. He's waiting for the last lap, which will come next lap. Into the penultimate lap they go. I think what Fast is trying to do here is stay closely behind until perhaps the last straight on the last lap, so that Nuck cannot retaliate back. Maybe he's waiting patiently. Maybe he's got a different tactic. What is that? Is that? Oh, Frank's being an AI, and G-Bot takes 8th place there. Anyway, let's go back to these two. Oh, there's a hit! That's a hit in the back from Fast against Nuck. And he should stay behind now. Oh, that's a 3-second penalty for Nuck. That's gonna fuck him over. That's gonna fuck him over. I didn't see him cross over any line though. But that's gonna cost him 3rd place. Unless going wide was caused by a collision, then it shouldn't be a penalty, and we can take it away with the stewards afterwards. But for now, Fast is sitting very comfortably behind Nuck, ready to steal that 3rd place away from him. Yeah, such a shame for Nuck. In the last lap as well. Is that Lauwens going slowly? It is, but he hasn't lost any positions because of it. Here we go. What is Fast going to do? Is he going to want to do it on track? He needs to do it on track, just in case Nuck's going to have that penalty removed. He's staying behind here. He might try to do it just on the last straight. He's got a very good exit. He's right behind. And now he's got the DRS advantage. Nuck's going very defensive, going for the inside. Does Fast have enough distance? Nuck's going for the inside. He's going all the way to the limit, but I think Fast got the position. And that brings Fast fair and square on the podium. P3. 700th of a second in front of Nuck. What a battle till the end. Fast made sure that the penalty would not matter. And he got it on his own merit. Milo in P5. Euphoria coming in P6. Lauwens, a very, very honorable P7. G-Bot got in front of Frank's AI. We're gonna debate if Frank's AI is gonna get points for this or not. I would assume not, but he might get points. That was a very, very interesting main race. No, sprint race. And that sets up a very interesting grid for the main race. I will take a picture so that I can set up the main race very well. Congratulations to Lars for winning the sprint race. Very, very good effort. Very, very good points for Mercedes. Thank you for watching the sprint race. I'll be back when the main race begins. Okay, we're back, and we should be starting very, very, very soon. Everyone should go ready up at the moment. We should be ready for our main race. Main race will be 35% because there's less than 10 people. Very, very disappointing. But that's the way it is. People had to go eat. Frank rage quit. Very fair. But we'll see how this goes. Let's hope we have more drivers next week. I think next week should be Bahrain. Okay, let's hope everyone got their setup. That looks nice and misty in the distance. I think the sun is going to be quite low. Is Tenta still in the chat? Okay. Information lap time. Oh, that looks beautiful. Let's take a look at the tires. Everyone on mediums. Every single driver. I'll start this race on the mediums. I'll turn this one off. Full track maps on. Not much to go over now, other than Alpine having a very, very good opportunity to score points here. We've lost one Ferrari. Let's see if Nak can redeem himself by taking a podium here. From either one of the Alpines, or maybe even Lars will make a mistake. I think this race should be a one-stopper. Medium hard, maybe medium soft. Soft is someone feels lucky. That's Nak taking the touristic route, scenic route into the last few corners here. We'll get ready to start this wonderful race on this beautiful, beautiful track in the Alps. Ooh, that's the second time G-Bot's gone too far in his grid spot. But we are getting ready to go here. It's all lights on. And they're out. And let's see who start here. Is getting a good start. Lars is trying to cover up the inside a bit. Followed by both Alpines. There are some position changes. And Fast has taken second place from his teammate there. We're getting up to a good start. That's an overtake attempt from Laurens. But he misses out on the exit. And he falls back a place into P7. Euphoria has managed to overtake Milo on the start and create a little bit of a gap for himself. Meanwhile, G-Bot's already got past Razorblade, who's here for the second time in a row as a reserve. Very, very nice to have him here. With our driver shortage, as it appears. And only one turn into the second lap, Fast already gets a 3-second penalty. That's gonna hurt at the end of the race. He's trying to go on the inside of Lars here. Actually around the outside now. Is he gonna make a move around the outside? Is he gonna make stick? There's contact there. There is contact there. And they're still side by side, but Fast has got the position when we're heading into the last sector. That incident might be looked at later by the stewards. Couldn't really see what happened there. There was contact, parts flying, but it was just particles. I don't think there's actual damage involved. One Alpine has passed the Mercedes. Lars is gonna try to come back here into the first corner. That's gonna end with more contact. And with Spidey now next to Lars. And Fast blocks him off, and there's contact there again. That was very, very late move from Fast there, blocking them off. But Lars has the inside there and knocks on the grass. Knocks on the grass. Oh, what a battle here for first. That's again a very late block from the Alpine there. It feels like, oh, that's a very bad exit from Spidey there. And that caused... that little slide caused Lars to hit the rear of Spidey, and Spidey has been demoted to 9th place. There's no way you can react to that. If someone in front of you half spins, you're gonna hit them in the rear. You're gonna hit them and they will spin, and to me, racing incident, but yeah, that's from what I could see. Which brings this fight for the lead back on. It's now just Fast and Lars. Lars going for the inside. Fast might try to switch back. No, he's... Lars also got the DRS there from that very late move, and he can drive away from Fast now. Order has been restored. Lars is back in first. Let's see if Fast can stick with him or not. Everyone's on the same tires, so... the whole top 6 actually still very close together. All within a second of each other. And then we have Lowndes here in front of Razorblade. Razorblade doing significantly better on this track than on the reverse track. Oh, there's a little battle now. Oh, actually no. I thought they were closer together, but there's battle for first. Right here, as Fast has gone back in front. And moves around the outside. Oh, he's swerving on the exit there. Lost a bit of the rear. There's a yellow flag, and that's Razorblade having spun right after I said that he was doing very good. I am so sorry. That one's on me. And that brings out yellow flag, virtual safety car. Safety car, I think it's just a virtual. Let's take a look on the sides. That's a VSC. That's a VSC. And that's gonna slow everyone down. Let's see if anyone dives in for an early pit stop. Who knows? It's very early though, it messes up your whole strategy. Who is that diving into the pits? It's Fast. Fast is opting for a very, very interesting strategy. Actually, So do Nuck and Euphoria. Actually, all dive into the pits and Nuck crashes into the pits, but he doesn't get a penalty for speeding. 4 out of our 9 drivers opt to pit under the virtual safety car. Which brings Lowens and Milo on the podium spots for now. Let's see what this does. Razorblade is retired. That is unfortunate, and we're left with 8 drivers. G-Bot, drive-through penalty, speeding under the virtual safety car. No, that is ruining his race, his chances. Unless at a later stage there's a safety car, but that's a bummer. Let's see what all of these pitters can do. 4, 5, 6, 7. The 2 Alpines, Euphoria and Nuck. Those are the drivers we're looking at. Where are they gonna be after the top 3 pit? With Milo pitting 1 lap late. That's an interesting call. Pitting only in lap 7. And his teammates following him back into the pits for his drive-through immediately. Interesting start of this race with the virtual safety car, and already the strategies are at work. Nuck and Euphoria are battling it out here together. He's gonna go for a dive bomb. He is gonna go for a dive bomb. That's a very late move. He's gonna stay within the track. Is that Euphoria going for the switchback? Nice move. Very well defended from Euphoria there. Waiting for Nuck to brake late on the inside. Doing a very clean switchback. That was nice. We see Spidey here already behind Lowens. Lowens hasn't pitted yet. Spidey, Fast, Euphoria and Nuck. They all pitted under the virtual safety car. They've gained time. Spidey pushing Lowens very wide there on the entry to that corner. He's made it back into P2. He's only 7 seconds behind Lars. And Lars still has to pit. And the other Alpine now also has made it back into the top 3. But I'm not sure if Spidey actually pitted. Let me check. Stops. Nope. Spidey did not pit. That is my bad. Milo pit actually and G-Bot. So Fast right now in a primary position to take today's win. Because Lars still has to pit and his teammate also still has to pit. Spidey now diving into the pits as we speak. He's gonna drop back. I would assume behind Euphoria, in front of G-Bot. In front of the 2 Aston Martins. And let's take a look here. Euphoria, who is now in the DRS of Nuck. Is he gonna go for a move or is he gonna stick behind? He stays behind. See what tires everyone has actually gone for. In the meantime, they've all opted for hards. Let's have the penalties. Oh no, that's not looking good for Nuck. 9 seconds of penalties in 9 laps. That's at an average of 1 track limit per lap. As now the whole top 4 has penalties. That might change some things come the end of this race. We have Lars here, our race leader, our pole sitter pitting, opting for the normal strategy. He did not pit during the virtual safety car, he did not take that advantage, thinking that this race would very likely be better as a one-stop, even if you can do a two-stop with one stop under the virtual. Let's see how this race ends. Let's see where the others will come out if they do their second stop. Oh, and that's a spinner there. That's a spinner there. The second Aston Martin G-Bot has spun, but he's still in the race. That's most important right now. Bringing those points home for Aston Martin. His front wing seems okay. His teammate seems okay. And Euphoria is the only one who hasn't pitted yet? No, he has pitted, right? Has everyone pitted? Everyone's pitted. Okay, everyone's on hards now. Yeah, let's keep it like this. Everyone's pitted and Euphoria is battling for a podium. Even though he probably has to pit again. Lots of people getting penalties right now. Euphoria chilling behind Nuck. Letting the DRS carry him. Meanwhile, maybe able to save. Let's take a look at the batteries. Actually, yep. There we go. Euphoria having a significantly higher battery at around 55% compared to Nux 30, 35. And in the meantime, Lars has set the fastest lap of the race, steaming to the front, wanting his race win back. Which is now under threat from Fast. No, never mind. Fast has 9 seconds of penalties. That's 6 seconds more than what Lars has. Milo, congratulations for being the only driver without any penalties. That deserves some credit. And here you go. Credits to Milo. Should maybe get points for not getting any penalties. That would be something. That if you get a 3-second penalty, that should be 1 point of your points total. That would make the drivers a bit more careful with track limits. That would be funny, actually. Or maybe it would be stupid, I don't know. Because I feel like sometimes the time penalties just don't matter that much. But if points were on the line, drivers might be a bit more careful. Here we go, that's another run from Euphoria. Is he gonna go for a dive bomb? No. He remembers what Nuck did when Nuck did the dive bomb. He wasn't able to make the move, he went too far, and Euphoria was able to do a very nice switchback. He's waiting and lining up for the best opportunity he can get. But they have a very fast Lars behind. He has already got visual on his targets in front. Giving an extra point for finishing without penalties would be interesting. Now, even if you have like, that's a very good idea, Tenta. I like that. So even if you're like in the like, for example, you're driving 14th, you don't have any penalties. You'll still have something to drive for, and you drive carefully. Oh, Millo's retired in pits, I believe, and that has just brought out a yellow flag on the main straight. No safety car. A safety car right now would be fun, wouldn't it? Safety car right now would be really fun. I wonder what happened to Millo. I don't know if he crashed, or if he's run out of time, or if he's not enjoying it anymore. That's unfortunate. Millo was indeed very far behind, but he's sitting in a solid P7. Gonna get some very nice points, but that's unfortunate. There we see Millo's car retiring on the track. Luckily, not getting in the way of anyone. Yep. Well, at least you can say he didn't get any warnings, or maybe he got warnings. No penalties for Millo. Same for Razorblade, to be honest. Razorblade and Millo, the only drivers without any penalties. But everyone who is driving does have a penalty. Let's take a look here at Lars, who is now within a second. Yes, he's now within a second of Euphoria, chasing down the podium runners. He should be able to finish this race on the hards, while the drivers in front of him might still need to pit. Okay, so it looks like Millo threw in the towel rather than crashed on his own. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's always a shame when people do that, but they probably have very good reasons for it. Only thing that could stop Lars here and lose him a bunch of time is if Nuck is fast. No, never mind what I said. I think Lars is... Oh, nah. Lars is staying behind Euphoria here. If Euphoria can stay within the DRS of Nuck and keep enough distance to Lars, they could keep him at bay, like creating... Oh, he's pitting. He's pitting. This is gonna be very interesting, because Euphoria's pitting, and we're gonna see where he comes out. He's the first pitter of the two stoppers, and he's going to a set of mediums for the last 8 laps. And he comes out in front of... There we see Laurens in the distance. Having had only one stop, I do believe. And there you go. There's a little bit going on here. Nuck and Lars battling it out for P1. Nuck has more penalties, and more importantly, Nuck does need to pit again, I do believe. So not really that much reason for Nuck to battle too much here, unless he is planning to stay out on these hard tires for the rest of the race. Oh, that's a half spin. That is a half spin on the exit of the last corner there, giving Lars a very good run into turn 1. They almost touch, and here Lars is gonna get the DRS. Nuck's defending the inside. Lars is not taking any of his slipstream, deciding to then take the slipstream and going for the inside. Both braking very late, and Lars has got the position and the DRS. That's frustrating. I think that the DRS detection zone should be a bit further away from the turn actually, so that the person who is very likely going to be behind does get the DRS if the move is done very late. Oh no, wait, actually it should be actually the detection zone should be after turn 3. Yeah. No, that was missed interpretation there on my side. What has Fast done? He must have speeded in the pit lane, because he's got 19 seconds of penalties. Nock has got another 3-second penalty, and that brings his total up to 12. That's gonna drop him a lot of positions, at least behind Spidey, I think. Let's take a look at the stops here. So Fast has made 2 stops. He's on a 2-stop strategy. The only one on a 1-stop strategy is Lars, I think. I think the rest of the drivers are on a 2-stopper because of that very early virtual safety car. So Nux also got to stop again at some point, unless these hearts go long enough to make it till the end. It's very unfortunate that we cannot see tire percentages. That would help a lot in commentating this race, so I would have an indication of how long these tires are gonna last. I also don't have an indication on the tires themselves, since they don't really show graining. The 2 Alpines here following very closely behind. Spidey also only having made 1 stop, and with 6 laps to go, might only do 1 stop. Euphoria did go for the 2 stop, as did Fast. I'm not sure if Nuck and Spidey are going for another stop. A safety car right now, with 5 laps to go, would be the thing that I think this race needs. It's okay, despite there being only 9 drivers, it was still quite entertaining. That's not going maybe a little bit wide again. He is able to stick with Lars though, I think mainly through the DRS, but his tires seem to be fine, which makes me think that there are no more pit stops in this race. And Nuck is gonna try to stick with Lars, hope maybe for a mistake, and maybe do it on the last lap. But for that, his tires are 4 laps older. They must be very, very worn, these tires. They must be. He's gonna have to do like almost 20 laps on them. Oh, that's a little bit of a slide there. That's gonna lose him a lot of time and drop him out of the DRS. That's crucial for this race. Is it actually dropping him out of the DRS though? No, it's not. How does he gain so much speed out of that corner there? That looked very much like a spin there, but he's closer than he was before. And he's in a very good spot now, maybe, if he gets a good exit here, to go for a potential overtake. Maybe in turn 3. Or is that Lars using a lot of the ERS? I think so. Because Nuck did not gain that much of time. It's pretty much the only interesting thing going on right now. And I'm wondering if they're gonna lap G-Bot or not. Who is a few turns further. Fast, those 22 seconds are gonna hurt. They're gonna drop you all the way to P6. All the way to P6, behind Laurens even. because that gap is around 18, 19 seconds. If you push, you might not drop back to 6th, but to 5th. But you're gonna have to push a lot, Spidey. Fast. A 2nd place seems quite guaranteed for Spidey here with the amount of penalties that Fast and Spidey have. Fast and Nuck have. And I actually did not take into account the amount of penalties that Lawrence has. Lawrence has 12 seconds, so Fast will only drop back to 5th. Look at Nuck here, was able to just hang on to that DRS with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Which I am very grateful for, because this race has flattened out a bit. Only interesting thing here is Nuck chasing down and sliding behind Lars here, but somehow managing to stay in that DRS. I think he's got a lot more straight line speed. He's sliding every single corner. But his straight line speed's got him. But that's made his car very unstable compared to the car in front. That's a little bit of a spin there from Nuck. That's going to ruin his chances to catch back up to Lars in this last lap. Not that it matters because of the penalties. Even if Nuck somehow miraculously managed to do the overtake, Nuck's penalties will still push him to P3, I think. Anyway, we'll see what the penalties are going to do and how big the gaps are. Yeah, I just heard that Milo got a drive-through penalty and that caused him to retire the car, since all his chances of getting good positions were gone and his setup was not working with him. That's a valid reason to DNF. But enough of that. Around the final corner comes our race winner of the 2nd race in AV this season. It's Lars, followed by Nuck in 2nd. But let's see how far can Spidey climb with the penalties of Nuck and Fast. It's gonna only go into P3. Nuck keeps P2 by 2 seconds. I think Spidey got a 3-second penalty right at the end, and because of that he's missed out on a 2nd place. Euphoria jumps up to P4. P5 is Fast. Lawrence keeps P6, and here we have our final finisher of this race, coming around the final 2 corners. He's spun a few times, but he's made the end. He's gonna get the points for it in 7th G-Bot. And we have 2 non-finishers, being Milo in P8 and Razorblade in P9, both not having the setup that they would want, and Milo quitting the race because of a drive-through penalty. But with both the sprint win and the main race win, it's Lars who will take the lead in the Drivers' Championship. No, that's wrong actually, because I think Fast has got enough points to still cover him off. But we'll see that once the standings are finalized and all the incidents are looked at. Let's see, fastest lap is for Gbot. Gbot got the fastest lap. That's nice. That's cool. Congratulations to Gbot for the fastest lap. That's an extra point. That's nice. Let's take a look at the final standings then here. Yeah, I've already said them before, but Nock managed to keep P2 despite his 12-second penalty. Very impressive. Taking the very, very long second stint strategy that I personally was not expecting, but it worked in his favor and got in front of both the Alpines, who I think might have had a better pace today, at least in the opening stages of the race. Yeah, and Spidey had that incident at the beginning, which cost him a lot of time. Okay. Next week we will have the Bahrain Grand Prix, and Laurens will be with me in the commentator seat. And hopefully we'll have more drivers. I'll try my best to get more drivers. And I think that concludes the... Actually, no, I'm gonna join the party and have a talk. Because why not?
Koen! Goated Koen!
Koen! Do you guys already have the clip of mine?
Hello.
Because that's the Spidey incident. And I want you to tell me if it's my bad.
Interview Lars. I've been writing it on Discord.
Congratulations on the win. How are you feeling after this race?
I'm feeling very good right now, obviously. At good pace all around, setup was great, and helped Nock in the end, but so he got to P2 and I'm happy with that.
Oh, you helped him. Okay, interesting. Yeah, you guys were having a very nice battle. I did not expect Nock to go long on those hard tires. In all honesty, I thought that there was gonna be a two-stopper for the people who pit under the virtual.
No, but it was like I also thought that it would be impossible to go that long on the hards, but he did it, so...
you were giving him the DRS the whole time. That helped him.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, we came into an agreement of some
That's
sort.
nice. I did notice that Nock was only able to hold on to that second place because of a very late 3-second penalty from Spidey. That...
Yeah, that's his fault, I think.
That's very unfortunate for him.
Yeah,
but very nice for Nock.
Yeah, Koen, that was the luckiest P2 I've ever had. Oh, shut the fuck up. That was the luckiest P. Everything just fell to place. Nice. I didn't have pace. My setup felt kind of awful because it was understeery into the corners and out of the corners oversteery. So Ferrari style, my tires were gone. It got 76% at the end. I was skating on that track.
There could have been a puncture there, maybe even.
Maybe, but like it was, and then everything just fell to the right place. I don't know why, how I got that to do. 12 seconds penalty.
We might be teammates next season. Just
Lars,
saying.
At the beginning of the main race, there was a little bit of an incident between you and Spidey in turn 1, 2, 3, 4. In the exit.
Yeah.
I was right on his tail, and then he had a snap of oversteer, which meant he slowed down, and then I was too close up behind him, and then I hit him in the back. There was not much I could do there.
Yeah, you can't react to that. That's a very unfortunate incident.
I don't have Verstappen reaction time.
No. No. That's true. That's very unfortunate.
I also have it clipped, so...
Yep. Yeah, I saw it on the stream, and... personally, I don't think that should be anything. There's not much you can do. when the driver in front has a snap like that. Anyway, I think there might be a chance that you're leading the championship right now. After winning the sprint race and the main race.
I am already.
Depending on how many points
Wait, I'm
Fast
looking
got.
into the results. Wait. Fast got 4th.
Fast got 4th, that's 12 points. He got 25 points last time.
Goedenavond.
Hallo.
Sam. Wie is dit?
Iemand die jij niet kent.
Wie zit er Sea of Thieves muziek te luisteren?
Ik.
Nice. Lekker bezig. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream here.
Nice.